Water's dripping in all the faucets. I made a pickup 3 days ago. Good thing I did. Just south of Memphis, Tennessee, we woke up to a blizzard. Let's see what's in the mystery boxes. Okay, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I didn't set up any extra lighting today or anything like that. I wanted to get these videos out there and get this thing rolling again as far as my channel is concerned. I also want to apologize because I don't have my reading glasses that I normally use. I'm going to be putting these on and off and on and off. Dollar Tree, glasses. I was supposed to go, and then all of the snow came, so I've had to put off getting my glasses. A lot of times on some of the markings and things like that, I need it. I don't normally wear glasses all day long, but in my work, I have to use them quite often, so I'll apologize for that right from the beginning. But to the volume, I've got to work on. I apologize if the volume is low or if my voice sinks or anything like that. I don't have. I need to get another microphone. I'm using the webcam today. I have bought a GoPro. I've got a lot of different things, that'll be coming along in the future. So I apologize for any of the technical difficulties that we might have, but I'll at least get the information out to you. So let's just see what we've got in the first box, and I will be going off screen every once in a while to try and grab some of this stuff, but let's just see what I ended up buying. Now, I did be bumping Myrtle back here. I did end up paying $100 for everything that you will see in all of these videos. So anytime that you see in the next couple of video slots, that are filled or whatever, if you see Mystery Box Part 1, Part 2, whatever, all of those items, I'm only going to show those items that I purchased for that $100. So the first one, let's see. I've got some books, some home decor, there's some jewelry, some different things like that. And like I said, I just dug through there real quickly to see what was in there, to see if it was something that I would even be interested in. And then the rest of it, I just let it be a mystery. I saw a few key items in there that I might, be able to get my money back on. So that's what I kind of based it on. I do have a book. This one is the best from Playboy. Now, I don't commonly, it's just a personal choice that I have. I don't usually sell erotica unless it's something that was included in an estate. Like recently, I sold a little pocket knife that had Marilyn Monroe on it, from her first photo shoot with Playboy. And it was something that was included, and I was contracted to sell everything that was in the estate, and it happened to be down in there. Now, I don't sell commonly, I don't sell a whole lot of Playboy magazines and things like that. That's just a personal choice. On something like this, I'll probably look through here and just see if there's information that I can share, something that's not risque, but something that would probably kind of curate some of the years of Playboy and, that type of thing. This may be something that is just tossed, frankly. I don't even redonate, something along those lines. So that's that. This is more my style. The night before Christmas. Like I said, I apologize for any of the lighting or anything. We'll have to play with it a little bit. But let's just see what this one is. It's got a pretty cover on it. And it's only partial inside. But I do cut up a lot of these. If it's something that would not sell better in entirety, I do cut these up and I make junk journals out of them. And I sell ephemera all the time. Ephemera is just another word for paper products. And it's going to be vintage things like this, but I'll cut up things like this, like cut out certain figures. On this one, it is kind of falling apart. I'm going to see if all of the pages are intact. If they are, what I commonly do is try to sell this in entirety first and see what type of price I can get. But a lot of times, the sum of the parts adds up to better than the whole on what I can sell something for. It looks like this might be probably around 1940. I'm not going to spend too much time looking for a date on it or anything like that, but I don't see a date on it. But if I do go to the point of where I cut up something like this, I take the cover and I set the cover aside, and in something like this is very pretty. I mean, it's just in nice shape. It can be rebound on here, and somebody would take that and then put a junk journal inside, which would be like, somebody would, well, just look it up online. If you look up on YouTube, there's a lot of videos on there, and it shows how people make little pockets, women usually, primarily, or children, and they make pockets and stick cute little things down in it and notes and things like that. They use it for an actual journal or a diary, you know. So it's something that it's just kind of a mixture of a craft journal type uh, situation. And so they'll use something like this as their cover for that, and then put their other information on the inside. If it's smaller covers, like some of the little golden books and things like that, a lot of times I'll do a lot of those, like a lot of 7 or 8 or something like that, and sell several of them because it'll be people that do a lot of the junk journaling and things, and then they'll buy a lot of children's books or all about puppies or cats or something like that along those lines. So, but that's a neat book, and it's shedding all over the place. I'm glad I'm out in the garage. Um, it looks like there's several books in this one, and I knew that there were. And knowing what I do with them, I thought, well, this is going to be a good buy for me because I can sell. A lot of times, I'll sell cut up like 15, anywhere from 15 to 25 pictures out of a particular book, and put those just into a Ziploc, and I just mark those with the lot number and file those away or whatever, and people will buy lot number 34 and lot number 85 or whatever it is. But I'll put, usually it averages around 15 pictures in there, and I normally will sell those an actual selling price on eBay. Now that's, not paying the eBay fees out of it and all that, but a gross price on that usually is around $8.99 to $11.99 on that. So you can't get that for a little golden book. And so if a little golden book is torn up, then that's the way to sell it. And then of course I sell the cover as well, like I said. This one's marked 1929, so I'm going to assume that it is and not put my glasses on to look. But what baby reads. And it's hard to tell. Like I said, the lighting is not perfect in here. I do have lights. I haven't set them up for videoing. But this is one, it looks like it's pretty much intact on the binding and things like that. I'll probably try to sell it in entirety. And then something like this, people love things like this to add to make their pockets out of. They'll cut that in half and make one pocket with half the alphabet, one with the other half of the alphabet. We've got The Little Engine That Could, which is a very familiar children's story. I don't know what the date is on this one, but it looks to be probably about the 50s, I would think. Could be a little bit older than that. Yeah, I was going to say, the pictures look about, okay, it says 1930. The pictures look older than that the further into the book that you get. So it's hard to tell on something like this because they do have so many remakes. But the binding is not bad. So this is something, again, that I'd probably sell in entirety. If I think about it, I'm not making any promises, but if I think about it, I will put screenshots of some of these things if I find that they're worth in entirety, a pretty good amount. Then I'll show you kind of what it is. Little thing of beaded purse here, and looks like just common little, and these actually sell really well. Now this one's not clean, so it may or may not. I may try to clean it with some Folex. Oh, gotta get the glasses. I may try to clean it with some Folex, which is great. It's a carpet cleaner, but it's something that can be used on pretty much anything. I use it on my plush animals and things like that. Anything that I want to surface clean, it'll clean just about anything out there. If it's something that's not ingrained in the fabric or something along those lines, then I'll usually use just a moist wipe or something like that, like I get from Dollar Tree. Again, Dollar Tree's my place, so. But this one's actually made in Hong Kong, so it's older. It may be worth salvaging, trying to salvage on something like that. Commonly on things like this, I usually get about $6 or $7 a piece for them. So, aren't these lovely? I look like a secretary, don't I? I probably am a secretary much of the time. All right, let's see what else we've got. In Remembrance, dedicated to those who mourn. This is from a funeral home. And, oh, this is wonderful. Yeah, I didn't see this one. Friends who called, you know, it's got it in the actual handwriting. Lots of folks. And see, I'll go down through here because this did come from the Memphis area. I'll go down through here and see if there's anybody that's noteworthy, you know, and that would be something. It's got like the bearers, the pallbearers, relatives attending, all of that. I'm a paper girl. Oh wow, I love paper. It's terrible. It takes a long time to go through it, to research it and list it, but I loved history in school. I mean, that was just my go-to besides journalism, you know, which is what I ended up being, a journalism major, and writing and things like that. And I still do some of that. But history was right up there with it. And I don't, at the age that I am now, I've forgotten a lot more than I remember, you know, as far as dates are concerned or what came before what and all of that. But it's the history of people is what I enjoyed the most. So something like this, I mean, this is just right up my alley. Junior Jamboree. This is a activity book for boys. It's hardback. This one's probably will be around the 50s or so. Looks like. This is one. It is falling apart. This is one, and you know, little things like this. I mean, people love this. I'll take some of the text and I'll cut it up. That's probably what will happen with this. These pictures, these type of pictures, I would cut and use as some of my junk journals, the quizzes, and things like that. You'd just be real surprised at what it sells for. And then it's got a cool cover on here. It's got the dust cover on it, so I'll probably use parts of the dust cover as well. More books. That's Why Stories. This is like, it's not Whitman. This one's not Whitman, but it's like Whitman stories and things. Again, that's something that I may try to sell in entirety, and then if not, then I'll just pull out certain things like on the fly leaf or some of the illustrations and use those. All right. Now, seems like we've gotten past most of the books. Let's see what else we have. Junior Deputy, A.C. Gillis. He was sheriff here, and if I remember right, one of my chums that I went to school with, that was her stepfather, I believe, if I remember right. So we've got that. Let's see. I'm going to do some of these in the future, not these, for this mystery box, but a lot of times on the mystery boxes, I'm not sure exactly what kind of mount I'm going to use on my GoPro. I've got one coming that is a necklace type mount. I want to be able to use it in the bin store, and I don't want to get thrown out. So I do a lot of my shopping there. So I don't want to do anything that would entice them to ask me to leave. I do have the capability of wearing a chest mount. I also have a fanny pack that I can cut, you know, a hole in and wear a fanny pack, and it would be at waist level, which is where these bins are. Although I'm short, so it's right at the level. I'm not sure that that's going to work, but I've got 2 or 3 things that I'm going to try. Those will be odd videos too. I mean, sometimes things will go out of camera shot or whatever along those lines, and it's just going to be a huge experiment for us, so we'll get to experiment together. So these videos here, I mean, I'm going to have a lot of things out of the camera shot until I pull it up. So we'll see what these say. This one, this is the Hilton from the Hilton Columbia, Pennsylvania. It looks like 50, 60, 72. I'll bring out Roman numerals. From the original piece by Johann Christopher Hain. So that's going to be like, it's going to be along the category of restaurant wear. Metal. Lots of little bits of paper, and I'm not going to necessarily show you all of that, but lots of little things. Like this goes with the Hain plate. Now they would have used it. It would have been, let's more like a valet. I said ashtray. More like a valet. It's not an ashtray because it doesn't have the edges on it. This would be more of like a valet piece, like you would put, you know, your rings or something like that in. It was done as a bicentennial seal type of situation. So that's what that is. Armatel, Wilton Armatel. So that's that. As you, oh, that was loud. As you can tell, I don't know everything. And I have to look things up just like anybody else does sometimes. All right, it looks like that this is gold leaf. Let's see if that's what's in here. I'm scared. Ah, gold leaf. So I will take that to my jeweler and I will see if she can do anything with it. A lot of times they can. So I'll set that off to the side. Her name's Miss Nellie. She does a lot of things for me. And she pays a little bit more here in town. So if you are in town or you are close to this area and want my hookup, I can give you her name and where she's located. Because she does pay anywhere from 5 to 7% more than most of the places around here. Looks like this might have been a button cover. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I had to figure out who my presidents were too, right? What else do I have? Let's see, signature brand, tie clip, and then this is the collar clips. An initial on it, but it's being an S, I would say that it's for the company instead. Oh, these are cool little things. All right, let's see what this is. Well, I've been stuck in the house and haven't been able to get a manicure, so I have no edges on my fingernails. All right, we got some little smalls. Little whiskey bottle. Can't tell what that is. These only do so much, right? Liquor bottle. That's better. Liquor bottle. And it's got the little man that goes with it. These feel to be plastic. So those are little smalls. I'll probably sell those and list those in the maybe in the dollhouse category and a couple other places or whatever, and see what we can get for those. You'd be surprised at some of this stuff. Oh my goodness. Disabled American veterans. That's one of the license plate keychain type things, those type things. So sometimes I'll do like a junk drawer lot. I've got, let's see if I can find one. Yeah. I've got these. Now I use this one for my jewelry, but it's one of the jewelry trays. And I just put a piece of foam inside. I've got a blue background if I need a dark background. I've got a white background. You know, if something's dark and I want it to show up, I usually use this for my costume jewelry, and I just do this. I've got a white box that I can put things inside and all of that. I've got a lot of different, you know, things. I use whatever is appropriate. But I've got several of these, and what I'll do is I'll put just a variety of things like that little keychain or even something like this if it wasn't something that would sell very high. individually. I put those in here. I take pictures and then up close pictures, 3 or 4 pictures or whatever. And usually I get anywhere from 15, around 15. I might sell a few a little bit cheaper than that, but most of the time they're around $15 to $25 um, on a junk drawer lot like that. And I list those that way. So if you are actually a reseller and you aren't just watching this for entertainment, I don't know how entertaining it is, but there you go. If you're watching this because you're a reseller or want to learn how to be a reseller, that is a great way to get rid of a lot of things. Like if you buy a box full of stuff and then you've got little bits and pieces of things, put things together that steampunk artists would use, like the metals and the woods and things like that. Put those all in one and do put the actual words, capitalize the words junk drawer in your listing. And I can tell you, you will sell a lot of stuff because I sell a lot of things that way. I sell a lot of, quite a few things that are lots, and it just moves my inventory a lot quicker. If I look at mystery boxes like this and I see that, there's a lot of little smalls down in there that it will take me forever to list, and they're not going to really be a high dollar, something like $10 or over as a standalone, then I'll just start throwing those. I've got shelves back here on the back, and I've got some of the plastic shoe boxes, and I just put figures in one, and I put metal in one, wood in one, and then I just pull, I buy things like this, for like $1 or something like that. If somebody's had a carnival and they have things like this, like the tickets left over, I'll pull off 3 or 4 of those and throw those in there or whatever. You'd be surprised at what people buy. They buy all kinds of stuff. You never know what they're going to use it for. I never um, throw anything away if I can help it. The erotica I don't sell, like I said, and there's certain things, that I wouldn't sell things that would be offensive to somebody from my point of view. I know that there's a lot of discussion going on in the world right now about what offends what. But I have to go on whatever my personal preference is for my selling, and there are customers out there for just about everything. So you have to kind of come to a realization of what you want to sell and buy and all of that, and then just kind of go with it. All right, let's see what else we've got. We've got some more paper. I love little things like this, the little cards. This one, Daffy Definitions, precious. Love the old graphics. This is stuff that if I take a day off, it's not really a day off. I sit there with a box a lot of the time. I'll sit there and I might have good music going on or something like that. Of course, oldies, for the most part, or bluegrass or something like that. And I'll be sitting there and I'll pour through things like this because it reminds me of a day gone by. You can try and duplicate things like this, but you just can't. Not really. What other paper we have in here? Let's see. Rules relative, I don't even know if I can say this. Rules relative to the circle, etc. Don't know what that is. I guess we will find out. Lots of charts and things like that. Gonna cut it up, put it in a lot, see if it sells. What's the worst that can happen? Toss it. These, let's see. The cheater's out again. These are probably going to be used in a lot of junk journals. Now some, are two-sided like that, so that's an advantage to somebody. They can use whichever they would like to use. But it looks like somebody got something like that started from some of the books. Oh, these are so cute. Puzzles about Peter and Patty. Oh, see, this is my type of thing. I mean, this puts you back there, A lot of people don't understand that, and I'm okay with it. The birds are coming back. Oh, this looks like Marjorie when she doesn't want to eat something. She's 2. We call her Boss Baby. There's a reason. Love little stuff like this. This is called the nibble. And see, something like this, I might actually try and sell as an individual. And let's just see what happens with it. Worst comes to worst, I'll pull that down and go to plan B on it. And sell it as a lot. So it's several of those in there. I've got a whole handful of those. Some of these other little smalls. This is a Noble brand metal whistle. Still got the bead. Magnifier dialer. Ah, this is one of those. Yeah, I've seen these before. My grandmother had one of these. You put it in the phone, the rotary phone. And then you've got your magnifier up here. Let's see if it tilts here. Like that. Too cool for school. Alright, let's see what else we've got. See, I love stuff like that. Those are the type things that, golly, people just, it's unreal what they'll buy and what they will pay. So do your due diligence and look it all up. This is Vulcan matches. I won't take it out of the packages on some of these, but let's see. That one might need to because it's got some decent enough graphics on it. That's one thing with these mystery boxes, and I know this is long. I'm already at 26 minutes. We'll go to 30. Well, yeah, 30 minutes. Made in Sweden. But it's just little graphics like that. It's actually still got the matches inside. I see there's the little wooden matches, unburnt. No sulfur on the end. Look at that. Oh, love this kind of stuff. Oh, and I did find out, I didn't mention this. This fellow, I will call him Joe. This fellow that I bought this from, the lady that had sold to him or whatever, has a house full of this. Her husband has passed away as of the last year and a half, I think he said, something like that. And she's got a house full of these things, and she wants to give it all away so her children don't have to deal with an estate. And he gave her my name and number. And so I may be able to go over there and do some more purchasing and stuff, which will be exciting. Got a little clicker, heart spread. Love stuff like that. We've got Deputy Marshal. Let's see, this one's 1959. Broken on the back, but it will still sell. Another one, this is Patrolman. This is Safety Patrol. AAA. And another little miniature Marshal. Patch. This, we might go over 30 minutes, but I'll do my best. I want to finish this box if I can. Love this stuff. Oh, look at this. Coolo. This institution is protected against daylight holdups by Diebold Lake Erie tear gas. Now that is super cool. It is metal. It's a metal plate. It's got the holes in the top, so you know it was mounted at one time. Appears to be brass. Yeah, appears to be brass. That right there will probably go on auction. and I'll just see what happens with it. And if it doesn't sell on maybe a couple of rounds of a 10-day auction or whatever, then it's highly likely that I'll just put it on a high price and let it ride. I'm a long tail seller. I put it on there, I list it and forget it, list it and forget it, list it and forget it. There's very little tweaking that I do on anything at all. I just put it in there and go. All right, first aid beaker. It's got the, don't know why you would want it there, but oh, I'll lose my cheaters here. See what else it says. It says there, sewing machine and supply company. That is very cool. Oh, it's first aid. Get tickled at myself now. See, I needed my glasses on. First aid. Now I know why it's on the pocket. Okay. Another whistle. This one is the Acme Company. Watch out. The Wile E. Coyote still has the P in it. Alright, we got several. They were into badges. More AAA badges. Plastic Special Police, little things like that. And see, I may just do those in a lot. Pull out anything that would be maybe make me a little more money. But this is Special Officer. That one's got a shield on it, so an actual shield. Alright, let's see. Whack and Hut. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Alright, this is lighter. Needs butane apparently. Keychain. Rough shape, but it looks like it's got some type of building on it, and I may not be able to see it with this. Love this. It's got the big one and the little one. Challenger Manufacturing Company. So I'll have to look that up and see. Wow. I don't know what that was. I don't know if you heard that or not, but somebody loud. Yeah, I don't know that company, so we'll look it up. Another brass whistle. 1953 little ID keychain. Again, this is from national headquarters of some company that I'll look up later. More whistles, the Acme again. Another, this one's Roy Nixon, junior deputy. Now, he was the sheriff, unless I'm mistaken. I'll have to look that up, or I'll have to ask my friend John Daly that does all of the vetting of my Elvis stuff. I believe he was the sheriff during the time that Elvis was still alive and that they were friends. We'll look it up. I'll ask him if he's interested in that, actually. Oh, Isle of Capri Casino. I think they're closed. I don't know if you can see that or not. Actually came in a box. It was a casino type thing, but if they're closed, like Circus and places like that, I've sold a bunch of their swag. So, police special. Cool. What else? Medalist cards. We'll see if there's cards are all in there or not. But it's got the pretty graphics on it. Not quite sure. Oh, okay, it does open. Little Buddha. That's a Buddha. Oh. It's the three monkeys. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Ah, this was like in a little container here, and see it had a 4-leaf clover in there that fell apart. And a black cat. Let's see. Buddha, black cat, 4-leaf clover, and the three monkeys. Don't know what I just opened. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Lighter, Southern Electric Company. More of the plastic. What do you call those things? Badges. Okay. Looks like a bullet flashlight. I have to play around with that one. That's supposed to be a flashlight. What I dropped? Dropped something. Another pack of cards from Northwest. Northwest is no longer here, right? Okay, you'd be surprised on these. Old battery. Now, if this, I'll have to look up the brand on it. Made in Germany. If this was Radio Shack, oh, goodness gracious. If that was Radio Shack, I've sold these for like 15, 20 bucks. Whether they work or not. Sold as is. Anything like that, I sell to a lot of those prop studios and things like that. So that's commonly who buys them, but then there's people that collect those. Washington, D.C., 1950 commemorative coin. See that or not? It's got the Capitol building on it. And somebody stole the silverware from the Johnson Hotel in Knoxville, Tennessee, 1930. So it is highly likely, looking at it, that it is silver plate, but we always test these, especially the old restaurant ware. Little, I'm scared. Should I look? Yeah, I should look, right? Which end do I look in? See if it has a picture. Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them are for the item that you got. I don't see any item in there, so this is a little magnified. 1905. Oh, that's cool. Central Bank and Trust Company, Memphis, Tennessee. It's got the little ruler. How cool is that? Now that's plastic, but it's in really good shape. I mean, it's not even, it says make it a rule to do business with, and then has the bank's name on it. They were on Madison Avenue, it looks like. So that's a cool piece right there. Any of the promo advertising type stuff, it's got it marked as 1905. I'll have to look at all of that and verify it. Okay, we're rounding the corner. I know it's almost 40 minutes, but there you go. You didn't have me for almost a whole year. So. Cascade Kentucky Bourbon bottle opener. Pour shape, we'll try and clean it up a little bit. Sometimes I can use some of the CLR stuff like you would use on your pipes and things like that. A lot of times that'll take some of that off, but you don't want to remove the patina, so you have to go at it pretty carefully. This doesn't have a date on it, but we'll look that up. Sell a lot of bottle openers, even the ones that are not very old. Okay, we're down to about the last 6 items, something like that. All right. Gotta have these. Don't know what this is. Get it open. Oh, must be a pill box. It didn't look right. Or no? Oh, no. Oh, okay. It's got some of the little springs. I'm thinking, let's see, tire valve cores. Okay, we're gonna look that up. See, this is one. It slides like a old aspirin box would. It's Schrader. So we'll look that up. I'll see if I can add that on this video at the end. Screamer whistle. Don't know. We'll have to look that up. I don't know if you can see that, but it's the Screamer whistle. This is a keychain for a furrier in Memphis. Now, that's pretty cool. Stuff like that sells. Old bottle. This one. I'll have to clean it up some to see, but it's marked on the bottom. It's got the cork, but it doesn't look like it would be original to the bottle. You have to be careful when you smell this stuff. Sometimes you got a little cocaine in there or something. And yes, I have found drugs. I'll tell y'all about that sometime. More than once, actually. Well, this is another Roy Nixon. And one more thing. This one is one of the plastic Special Police. Okay, and then last thing is this. It's dusty and dirty, but that's pretty cool. It's got the Twin Towers, Statue of Liberty. This is probably something I would come closer to selling on Facebook Marketplace, if anything. I might take this out because it's in a cheap matting or whatever. Just roll it up and sell it like a poster. I could do that on eBay. So, well, I'm exhausted. That's all we've got for part 1 on this. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so below. You will see the box below has a subscribe button, and then you'll see a little bell to the right of it usually. And if you'll click that bell, then you'll get notifications into your email inbox, and you'll always know when I upload new videos. So we're going to go to part 2. Watch for it and come visit me. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for joining me. Happy junking.